Hi friends, welcome back to my channel iQOO. In this, I'm going to compare the Mi11X versus iQOO 7 device. Which phone is the best option to buy during the Amazon Great Indian Festival sale? And this is a comment which I'm getting not only from one subscriber. I think so many subscribers they're asking the same question: which one is best to buy, and which one is best for gaming, and which one is best for camera. All these points I thought of talking in one single video, where I'll try to declare one phone each winner in this each category. That's what I'm going to exactly demonstrate in this video. The main confusion why a lot of users are actually having, because the Mi11X device right now you can actually get the 7,000 rupees off on this one. So in the Amazon website, in the MI store as well, you can actually get huge discounts on the Mi11X device. But on the iQOO 7 device, the maximum price it can be you can get discount up to 26,990. That's the only lowest price you can actually get the iQOO 7 device in the Amazon website, and some users did get further discount as well, 25,000, but depending upon the type of card of HDFC what you're trying to use. So but overall in terms of the price segment, Mi11X is a really low price. So first thing about the performance segment. In the performance segment, which phone is the best option? Which phone will I pick? So in terms of the performance, to be frank, both phones are slightly kind of close to each other. Nothing much huge difference you would be saying. But if you ask me which phone I'll prefer for gaming, I mean only for heavy gaming, then definitely I'll try to prefer the iQOO 7 device. So iQOO 7 has got a lot of other disadvantages and all those things. But performance is the one most of the users they did not say anything about the performance. So few phones, for example, every phone has their own strongest advantage. For example, Mi11X has got strongest advantage of the price. So same way the iQOO 7 has got the strongest advantage of the performance. Even though both phones are having the same Snapdragon 870, but performance slightly iQOO 7 definitely I'll try to prefer in terms of the performance, like heavy gaming, heavy performance only. I'm trying to say heavy purpose only, friends. In the medium to normal usage, you would not feel much difference. Definitely you'll be happy with the Mi11X as well. But only for the heavy gamers only, I'm trying to advise you can prefer the iQOO 7 device. You should understand this kind of terminology. So heavy gaming, that is what I meant. And there are plenty of other customization options. You can actually have 4D vibrations and esports mode, so which they do make a lot of advantage, and in terms of enhancing the performance as well, slightly better, and not that throttling issues happen in this phone, in the iQOO 7 device, not at all, not the throttling. If you look at the screenshot which are taken between both phones in terms of the throttling, as you can see how smooth it is in the iQOO 7 device. It's kind of really good, really stable, not a problem at all in terms of stability. In the throttling issues, not much throttling you can actually observe in this point in the iQOO 7 device. That's what I did like in the Mi11X device. I'll try to show you, friends, exactly this is what happens sometimes with the graph. As you can see the graph how it is in terms of the throttling going ups and downs. So previously you did not see any kind of throttling, because there is not much high performance at this mode. That's the reason you're seeing the graph really smooth. But if the phone performs at peak size, peak level, so this is what happens with the throttling. You can actually expect CPU total 77% and 95%. As you can see the difference how it is. So overall in terms of the throttling and the stability, iQOO 7 is slightly kind of a best option than the Mi11X device. But I'm trying to advise only for the gaming purpose only. If you install the different custom ROM, and maybe then the Mi11X might be good option. And next thing about the display. In terms of the display, which phone is really best? So straightforward, I can definitely say that Mi11X display looks good if you ignore all the problems which I'm trying to talk before. So both displays are really good, not bad, friends, so don't get me wrong. But the Mi11X has got slightly good advantage with the E4 type of AMOLED panel, and both have the same kind of brightness level, 120Hz refresh rate, 360Hz touch sampling rate, and 300Hz touch sampling rate. So the images are slightly kind of better in the Mi11X device for watching, and small punch hole cutout also, which makes really pleasant experience while watching the movies in the Mi11X smartphone. That's the one thing which I can definitely say that. And along with that, you do have the different customization styles in the device, which you can actually change different colors while watching the videos as well. As you can see, using these different vibrant colors, HDR content as well. In this way you can actually customize. This kind of filters helps a lot in terms of improving the colors. So overall in the display segment, definitely I'll try to prefer the Mi11X device. And the problems like green tint and the black color crush issue may be happening in the Mi11X device. Even the iQOO 7 also has got green tint, but I'm not sure with the recent units. These are all the old units. Maybe the problem got fixed with the recent new units. That's what I'm gonna definitely say that. So only few units, not all of them will be having this kind of green tint problem. Maybe the latest units manufactured phones may not have this problem. Maybe they must have calibrated properly. But in the beginning, these are the first sell units which I did buy. That's the reason I am trying to mention clearly. But in the display segment, MLNX device, performance segment, iQOO 7 device. In the camera segment, no doubt, again the iQOO 7 device. So camera is another strongest point. Second strongest point for the iQOO 7 is the camera. Even in that camera, I'm not talking about all point of view. I'm just talking about two things. One is low light photography, second is stabilization. These two things are really key highlight point for the iQOO 7 device in terms of maintaining the really good colors and images and everything in the iQOO 7 device. In the camera point, low light photography and the stabilization, two things are perfectly good. And regarding the front cam, the MLNX has got a really good wide angle front cam. You can actually get a lot of area covered in the MLNX device, but in the iQOO 7 device it's kind of zoomed up a little bit. That's one thing which I can definitely say a little bit. But in the MLNX device you can actually get really good wide angle shots from the front cam. That's a really good advantage which the MLNX has got. And in terms of the night mode shot, the iQOO 7 feels really good in the night mode shots, and in low light photography is really great. But the MLNX device, I'm not that impressed with the MLNX device regarding the camera point. It's kind of okay. Not only me, if you look at the reviews or ratings, if you ask anyone, they'll say the same thing about the camera. It's kind of average and don't expect more. So next is regarding the battery and the charging. So battery backup, both phones are slightly kind of close to each other, nothing much huge difference. Charging speed 31 minutes and 33 minutes of time, 60 minutes of time in the MLNX device. So kind of close to double the speed. So double time the MLNX is taking the charging. So next is regarding the connectivity. Connectivity device, both are kind of very close to each other, nothing much huge difference because two 5G bands and one 5G bands. So there's nothing much apart from differences there between both phones. Both are having really good 4G plus carrier aggregation and no issues at all. So next regarding the connectivity, I mean 4cc, 2cc I can actually get in both phones, no issues. That's what I meant, carrier aggregation. So no issues with the carrier aggregation. Next is regarding the build quality. Haptic feedback, iQOO 7 device, which is fantastic, and the 3.5mm jack, both phones doesn't have. Dual speaker setup I did like in the MLNX device. Sound is slightly, little bit kind of more than the iQOO 7 device, but iQOO 7 has got the in-display fingerprint scanner, which is also advantage, and 40 vibrations, which is really great in the iQOO phone, which I did like, to be frank, because you can actually use the 40 vibrations while gaming. Wow, that's kind of really good implementation. MI11X has got the side mounted fingerprint scanner, which is also quite fast, not bad, but still it did miss the in-display fingerprint scanner. And these are the things about the build quality. Regarding both phones, IR blaster is also present in the MLNX device, and both phones doesn't have the physical proximity sensor. Is the application which is present in the Play Store, you can actually download. There is no physical proximity sensor. As you can see, it's not working. So both phones need to rely on accelerometer sensor and difference sensor, gyroscope sensor to act as a proximity sensor. That's another thing you should definitely understand regarding the proximity sensor. So both physical proximity sensor at this moment is not present in both phones. So regarding the UI and software updates, both phones they do guarantee the UI like 2 Android updates, and regarding the software updates, they are really good in the software updates, not much major problems. So I think iQOO 7 is receiving the September security patch updates as well, but still my device did not get the update, unfortunately. But you can actually have the different custom ROM options in the MLNX device, but we cannot have those custom ROMs and bootloader unlocking, nothing much availability in the iQOO 7 device. That's another drawback. So price point, the MLNX is really very much worth to buy because which has got really good, I mean Snapdragon 870 you are getting, so that's also quite good, and display is also really good. And next thing about the sound system is also really good in this phone, Dolby Atmos, that's also perfect, and different custom ROMs, that's a major advantage for few of the users which you can actually think of it. And iQOO 7 has got the advantages of the performance, camera and the charging speed, and the very good haptic feedbacks in this iQOO 7. These are the strong points for this phone, strong points for this phone. So now it's up to you to decide which phone to buy. So if you decide the which phone to buy, make sure you use my links in description to buy the products and do support me. In this way I'll be able to manage to buy new phones, and make sure you use my links as well, friends. And thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video and stay tuned for more updates. In case if you have any other queries, let me know in the comment section below. Meanwhile, signing off. Bye.